Okay, so quick follow-up. Everything here is what I've been expecting, so nothing to really talk about. Daily draw on liquidity has been hit. So now, where's fair value for buying? Well, before we even entertain the idea of buying, what would make you want to buy this liquidity pool? For me, it would need to come to an area where it would be fair value for buying. So this fair value gap stands out first, but the week is almost over and I'm not looking for all of that to be touched. I don't think price is going to come back inside this candles range today. So for the most part, I'm looking for lower time frame continuation plays, and once time gets into the mix, I want to see what the reactions are like around here, and then I'll possibly look for a setup. But for right now, this is controlled movement. This is not just technical analysis, because if this was just technical analysis alone, it would have sold off from here. So this is a controlled move. So 90% of control moves are driven by sentiment. So what's the bulk of persons doing and where are their stops, where's the liquidity? These controlled moves are going for that. So this area here would be the next thing to watch for me. This is standing out roughly like something that I should pay attention to. Right here. Okay. I don't know why this is not behaving. Click, control, drag. Click. Oh, there we go. Hate this mouse. But anyway, by default, this area is somewhere that we should pay attention to because of where it is. It's inside this huge down candle. It's resting at a rejection block. So order block ideas. That would be the next order block to watch. Okay, I'm getting a fight today. This mouse don't want me to be great. So what's in the chat? What about FEG inside OB? This one, Nick? This one's what you're talking about? Yeah, if this is the one you're talking about, then yeah, absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. So going into next week, let's look for monthly highs and lows potential being formed. I would want them to form when the XY gets here. So liquidity pool, nice. I like reversals forming a liquidity pool, standard ICT. So if they kind of play around inside here, that would be very nice. Some years ago, I mentioned 11,842 at a sell limit there. I don't think we got there. No, I didn't. So maybe it was wishful thinking on my part. I didn't want to use this. I thought it would make sense for them to kind of pump it above this to lure in more buyers and then crush them. So I had my limit set above that. So I missed all of that, my move. No voice, only for me. Weird. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh. Yeah, boy. Okay. Here you go. So as usual, AU, been waiting for this. Finally got there, overshooting a little bit. I don't like this for a trade idea right now. I don't like selling here. I don't like buying this deep. I'd rather a retracement to buy. So let's see what lower time frames offer when we get there. Objective would be the next draw if DXY is actually going to get down here. Then why not pump up into objective and be done with it. Non-event, still a non-event for me. I'm watching it play out, but I'm still not interested in trading this pair. Not at all. Looking for gold high of the month to be formed because this liquidity is ripe. So maybe we could be watching the onsets of a very large daily market maker model, in which case, if I don't swing trade this, I'm going to be upset. All the way, I'm going to be upset. GU kind of pumping up into everything that it needs to. We zoom out. Bam, bam. This looks similar to the XY structure. So a little bit of imbalance just above this old consolidation. It would make sense for them to distribute all the longs above here. Old daily high. Anybody would want to be watching levels like this. So distribution above there should kickstart some downside movement going into January. Risk off events. It's a seasonal thing. January, February, March usually have the XY strength. This has pretty much got to where it's need to. So now they could just kind of work inside here, smaller daily ranges, maybe dropping below daily lows and then pumping back up inside this range. I'd like that. And then that would support the idea that I could, well, not trade this, but read the price action. I think all objectives met for this guy as well. Well, just about. This is the last level of liquidity that I could see in the market. It's resting inside this imbalance. So 1.04-ish, maybe, and be done with it. Nice round number. And we can start looking for lower prices. So I'm going to be sticking to the idea that we have about 100 pips. No, that's 10 pips. What? No. About 100 pips more to go to the upside, and then we can see this guy start attacking down here. I'm really watching this level first. Unless we start getting down candles up here and price is trading above those down days. So keep that in mind. All the pairs that we're looking for, gold, AU, I think NAS as well. All the pairs that we're looking for them to be market maker vibes and then tank. Any down days inside here, we'd not want to see them close above. So not trading above the down days to grab liquidity and then pushing low is fine. That's classic for outside day, higher time frame reversals. But closing above down days is a no-no for me here if I want to see them start taking lower prices going into next week and December. But let me just say this. December is low liquidity, right? In low liquidity months, brokers are allowed to seek liquidity, while the spikes are normal in low liquidity conditions. Think about anytime Asian is aggressive where it runs for. That kind of framework is what December can be like in an environment like this. Money's coming out of the market due to risk sentiment. It's going to come back in. If most participants are leaving the market at Christmas thereabout, then it's going to be hard to find liquidity. So they will engineer it. Where would we expect the reversal on gold daily? Maybe here, just above this. Reversals take place at liquidity pools. So even if I can't clearly see the price right now, just keep that in mind. It's going to be a liquidity pool, old high, untapped liquidity. It has to be a liquidity pool, because in the liquidity pool of buyers, they distribute short positions. And then keep the definition. That's more important than me telling you the price. I don't always know price also. So you can play inside here. This would be the only area I'm expecting any kind of bullishness to come in. If it fails, then liquidity is down here. Consecutive down close candles, so daily order block. So have them accumulate inside here, zoom fractals. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Elements of a trade setup. There we go. There we go. Nothing to talk about really. Been waiting for this. I don't know why it took so long, but hey, this is one of those times when you can see impure price action. From this doji all the way up here, this is not pure price action based on my understanding, if I'm correct, which is why I kept this here to say that all of this is irrelevant. This is stop hunting. This is spoofing the market. This is manual intervention. Anything you want to call it, all of this is it. So it needs to come right down here. So this should be allowed maybe one more push up, and then completing this would be nice. Probably wishful thinking since it's so clear, but it would be nice to see. This is sitting, it's already gotten its objective. Since this day here, it's basically just sitting right here. And I think it's going to continue until it sinks and takes out here. Oil, I think I've mentioned this a zillion times now. This structure is going to look like this structure. Brutal downside, then spoof. Spoof. Let's get that spoof up here. Or that whoosh. That whoosh. Let's get that whoosh up there now. Okay. Let's pop into some M5 or M15 charts. Take a look at likely draws and liquidity for today. There you go. There you go. What is this? Okay, cool. So let's start off with whatever appears first. M15. I don't need M15 for this because it's already outlined. So stick to the process, opening price of that candle. This is now a real void because there's no prior trading inside here. Above this high, there's no prior trading. So this should happen. So if I was a betting man, in case you already know on battery. Oh, it's plugged in, it's plugged in. I was trying to watch Bleach last night, but it wasn't happening and I fell asleep, so. It's plugged in, it's plugged in. See, you'll see the little lightning icon thingy. But yeah, if we zoom up on this, oh, we can't, okay. There we go. This should be the draw for today. Low of the day vibes and possible low of the day vibes. I'm not sure if we can get a short inside here. Open, all down close candles. Most persons will be looking at this. I'm gonna ignore all of that price action inside here. Getting lots of displacement, lots of highs being left intact. I don't want to see it pump up here first and then sell off. Sell, and the sell would be down to this level. That's what I'd like. Run these and get here. And then probably push higher again in the afternoon. Time for it to comment on property dealer. No. I don't know. But yeah, EU shorts above these highs looks good. The only thing suspicious about this now would be that this is the last stop on through. All of these highs are holding liquidity. So while I like this idea, selling into this fair value gap, it's a little bit of a risk. But the risk is maybe 15 pips. So let's see if we can get a run up first before we entertain anything. Opening price of this guy, bam. On the contrary, gold has traded down, filling the imbalance. Relatively equal highs, displacement. This is now premium end, I believe, if my eyes are doing their job. Just about premium. So yeah, let's get another timed push inside here and then crash. And that should be a nice short down to 55. That would be nice. Daily FEG, it's not filled. Price could take that high. On NAS, I have no idea where the daily FEG is, but I trust that you're correlating with this. But yeah, either way, I think pump up and then low makes sense. If it gets here first, then it should be a nice buy. Yeah, I'll check the daily FEG. You sold the high. Wow. Why am I not surprised? You guys don't surprise me anymore. You're doing this too often. So it's who did it today? That's the name of the game. Who sold the high of the day today? It's no longer. Did you sell the high of the day? So similar with whatever that pair was, NAS. This is a real void. No prior trading above this level before the extended trading hours. This is now looking like we already took that high, but for good measure, that high lower, I like this as a draw for the day. GU, the pair of all pairs. Open price. Taps into it, very nice. Now it's running the highs. So GU is already taking the highs. Everything else is waiting to take the highs to go lower, but GU has already taken its highs. So that opens the door for GU manipulation. One sec. There you go. And bam. If the void is not a true void, do you ignore it and look at OB session liquidity instead? Yeah, that's normal. Overnight session. Yeah. Didn't you say earlier there is no evidence of buying the XY yet? Yeah, on a higher time frame, that doesn't mean that price can't retrace intraday. That doesn't mean that price can't. That's why I don't stick to the idea of bias per se, because if the price action is clear, I'm going to trust my analysis. Open. Real void is here. This is also above the highs, just like GU. So let's see if they're going to pump it up and then push. Open price. So this process should now be relatively easy for everyone. No overthinking. Find the opening price, find the midnight price. What time is it? What's the structure saying? Trade what you see. Real void or not, explained that yesterday in the call. So remember here, if price trades up to extended trading hours there, extended trading hours ends here, and we open here, there is no trading between this price and this price in the normal trading day. So that makes this a real void. If price does this and then pulls down like that, and then we open here, there is trading between this candle's open and this candle's open. So this is not a real void. There we go. So besides that definition, just go through some charts and take a look at them, and then you'll see. And that's that. That is that. That is, look at that. Lovely OTE temptation. Absolute lovely. So AUM5 zoom. Bam, bam. It looks good. Today is Friday after we had a very large day. So always remember that after a large range day, the morning session open generally is meh. It makes sense because if you have a very big daily candle, everybody's going into the next day looking for continuation moves. Those who know about time will wait for the time liquidity. Those who don't will trade market structure. Higher highs, higher lows from all the way over here. Buy, get him. So get him again. All our liquidity. So this is the kind of engineered liquidity that you will see get run inside here on its way to this. And if you don't know, you're just gonna look at this. But if you do know, you'll look at this. That's it. Holiday as well in the US. Oh, I forgot. Holidays generally see DXY weakness. DXY US holidays usually see weakness. And that's what I hate about trading holidays, because the sentiment is already built around DXY weakness in this condition. And then holidays again are suggesting weakness, which means everybody who trades is going to expect DXY weakness, which makes manipulating DXY spectacular. Just think about it. Traders, there's two parties playing, traders and the market makers. Market makers are looking for what our traders doing so they could get them. And is it going to be mean to us today? My. Flawless. Absolute flawless. All right. This is looking interesting, by the way, this candle. Since it traded above here. Rejection block, because we didn't close. Highest closing up candle at the rejection block is this guy. So order block ideas pop up at that candle's low. Let me tag it. Bam. Bam. That's interesting. I didn't look at you, Ken. Good Lord. Good Lord. So UCAD open price of this guy is here. So since we had price trading down through here, then we opened here, this is not a real void. If we start trading higher, don't expect it to stop here. Expect it to run for this or this. So expect the draw to be inside here. Don't expect it to stop here. And yeah, what time is it? 8:25, 8:30 shenanigans, possibly. 8:30 shenanigans, which reminds me, I didn't add my good friend Ed to the call. There we go. And who's this? Thank you. This looks like Shakir. A DP looks like Shakir. Thank you, Shakir. John having fun, man. Let's see if Ed gets the memo. He didn't. Well, not yet at least. Okay. Comments, questions, comments, derogatory statements, loud outbursts. What is it? What is it? Everybody's awfully quiet.
Yo, Kish, you could go over what you went over yesterday with shift and market structure shift logic, or market structure shift logic.
I don't remember what I went over yesterday.
You were breaking down the failure swing and post liquidity run, but like remember it was about a shift and market structure shift. It was if depending on the delivery, if it was a proper market structure shift.
Oh, okay.
And you said like the ICT, what ICT would buy, or what
yeah.
ICT
Now I remember.
Yeah.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
So let's get some crayons out. Let's have a blast. So I guess I could say this is the teaching portion, and that's a joke if you guys get it. Let's assume that there's sell-side liquidity below this low. Market pulls off the low. Liquidity taken. Inside that run to here is where we look for our FEGs to frame our market structure shift. The best ones are going to be the ones that are just sitting at the low, which means if I grab a little razzle dazzle and I put this guy here, let's say that's our order block, right? If this order block is also framing a FVG, that is absolutely beautiful, because what that does is, let's say the other candle is sitting behave right here. I don't know, you get the idea. 3 candle FEG, right? That means we would be looking for that FEG here to frame a market structure shift, right? It also means that this is our order block, which means the point of reference for our market structure shift and the order block is the same place. So taking this candle's high validates the order block, but closing above that candle's low here validates a market structure shift. That's as far as a definition goes that you need to pay attention to. That definition must be clear for everyone. Because when that definition is clear, it gives you context to frame the delivery here and what you want to see to participate. There are times when it's going to be maybe too fast or just wonky. But if you have a clear idea what you want to see to participate, then that don't throw you off. So let's say that this was what we saw. What would you want to be created first, the order block or the market structure shift? That's a question for everyone.
You would want to see the order block created first.
Yeah, order block, yeah.
And then the market structure shift has to happen after, and then you get in.
Yeah, what's this?
It's only they can test the order
Don't be
block.
shy, guys. Don't be shy. Which one do you want to be created first? The order block or the market structure shift?
Order block.
Order block.
Order block. No, but no, 2 persons for market structure shift. So 2 persons right so far. Cool. 3 persons right so far. No? 4. So you want the market structure shift to happen first. Context and then framework. Think about it. Context and then framework. If you want the order block first, you're trusting the framework with no context. You're buying a down candle or you're buying an order block in a bearish market. Madness. When the market structure shift has taken place, it gives you confidence to trust structure. Remember, structure doesn't validate narrative. Narrative validates structure. So let's go back to here. Let's say, so keep this in mind as the perfect example, Let's take a look at some real life delivery. Bam, bam, bam. Here's our low. And I'm going to put our down candle here. Let's put our down candle there because why not? And let's say no imbalance inside here, but let's say there's a FEG inside here, not drawn to scale. All right, don't crucify me. Not drawn to scales, but let's say the FEG you want for market structure shift is right here. This candle's high is right here. So when price is trading higher, if it wicks above here and comes back, this is just the order block being validated. There is no market structure shift because we need a close for the market structure shift. So in conditions like this, you allow for them to close, then retrace, then you could see stuff like this. And you'll be able to filter through all of the noise and pay attention to what's important. So this is, let's call this type 1, A+. Type 2, I don't know, B or whatever. Not ideal. It's not ideal to use this. This is the part of the fractal that you pay attention to. That's the trade right there. Okay. Let's say the next one is, so in this case, we had the order block being validated before the market structure shift. Now, let's say we have this here. Then in this example, we need the market structure shift before the order block is created. So let's put our order block here. And let's draw this here. And pay attention to this part. There's a wick coming down here.
Antibiotic here. That's 2 because we have only 250.
Really?
So I
Joking. So let's say that's the low of the previous candle. And this right here is the high of the next candle, right? If price straight, so that would mean that to this is where the market structure shift takes place. And this is where the order block gets validated. If we have price doing this and trading above here with a close before taking that high, it means we're bullish before the order block is created, which means when the order block gets validated. So let's say we have, it could be both really. It could be this, which was ICT's setup. So market structure shift validated, order block validated, next candle opens up here. That's the trade you could buy. They run up to create or dealing range. If your stop is inside here, you're asking for it. Because this is coming. So 3 examples, 1 definition, different delivery. If you know the definition, you could see the delivery and anticipate what this should look like. This is also where they could do this. Let me grab this and propulsion block. Bam, bam, moon. Would you consider the OB candle after a market structure shift a propulsion candle? So if you mean after the market structure shift here and they create an order block here, this is a propulsion candle, if that's what you mean. This is an order block. It is an order block because it took liquidity. So by definition, this is an order block. which is why this aggressive buy can be taken because the order block is validated here. Let's look at some actual price action and see if we could find a couple examples, but keep that in mind.
Hey, Kish, before you move on, because I know you're gonna erase these drawings, let me get into how the heck do I draw again?
Annotate.
Oh, let me see more. This captions on my stuff. Oh, and it's, there we go. All right, cool. I do it on my computer for this one. So look at this. You see this one right here? If there came a time where that same exact, right?
I'm
And
not
then
following
this
unless you draw. I'm not following unless you draw.
right here.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay. So you said the closing of this candle. Why not the closing of the fair value gap?
The closing of this candle. Say that again. When you say
said-
this,
you
I don't know
said
which candle
the
you're
market-
pointing at. So you have to draw.
Okay, look. All right, because you don't see the mouse. All right, let me see. Let me see. I got you. Okay. This candle right here. This one. Okay.
Mhm.
Right. You said wait for the closing when this order block comes in right here, this one. Then you said
That's not an order
that
block.
it has to close.
The green candle is not an order block.
Yeah, not the order block, my fault. But this right here, this candle, when it comes in here and it breaks above, like it closes above this closing price of this candle.
No.
You said that-
No. Hold on. Right? Hold on.
Okay.
My question to you is, when this structure over here is formed,
Yeah.
what would frame your market structure shift?
You're above this fair value
Right.
gap right here.
Right. That's it.
Okay. Because you said when you were explaining it, you said it has to be the candle that comes above has to close above this closing price of this candle right here.
I was probably
versus
just
the
pointing.
fair-
I was probably
versus the-
pointing to the fair value gap. My bad if that's what I said.
Oh, all right. Cool.
All good. That's why the definition is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
That. So let's see if we can find some examples. Bam. Highs, close, FVGs inside here. Take a look at the high and the order block and the market structure shift is happening at the very same place. So when price trades below, when this candle closes, we've already traded below the order block and validated a market structure shift. This is the aggressive buy to create the dealing range, which is here. Well, it would be here.
The aggressive sell?
Yeah. The
Okay,
aggressive
so
sell is
buy.
selling. Aggressive sell is taking this immediately right here because this candle closed and validated order block and market structure shift. So
My question to you is,
Mhm.
is it okay, right? So we have it here. Stop hunt. Okay. Accumulation, failure swing, opposing liquidity run. And then because with this candle right here, this one, we confirmed the market structure shift,
Mhm.
and we also confirmed the order block.
Mhm.
This is when you don't see this BPR being rebalanced right after.
right, that's the aggressive move.
Yeah.
If we're not aggressive, it should be worth noting that the less aggressive folks would be looking at here to here, because this is sell side liquidity after buy side is taken. Yes. There we
Yes.
go. So then you could see fractal deliveries inside here. Fractal deliveries like clear that, and I need an arrow. Watch this candle. Is that a market structure shift or an order block being created when that candle closes?
It's a market structure shift.
Cool. So if the market structure shift first, are you afraid to sell here? Back inside the order block?
Now that you tell me, no. Before I would be. Well, for me also, I see other things in that too, because there's also, I mean, if we go ICT logic, this right here is an immediate rebalance as well.
Yep.
So this makes it so valid.
Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. So nice and easy. And then I expect everyone to see this. Yep. And this is the high probability breakout of the range. So if this to this is 20 and above, thank you. Thank you. Guys, you don't understand what you can do if you don't think about 100 pips. Think about the delivery. Here to here is a nice setup. Is it more than 10, 15 pips? Okay, cool. Bam, 10 pips for the day, done. Another one, bam, bam, bam. By the end of the day, you rack up quite a few. All right, so next study, I guess. Let's use this low. Don't get hung up on the low. Focus on the details. I'm using that low. Down candle here. When this candle closes here, that is that a market structure shift or an order block? Don't be shy. OB, MSS, both. Lovely. I want to see a lot of boats on this pair. Get it? No? Tough crowd. It's both. Why is it both? Because the FVG is all the way down here. Wherever this candle closes is going to validate the market structure shift. If it closes and trades above this high, then we have both. If we have both, we know we could buy this immediately. So don't even think about the idea that, hey, it came low. Who cares? If you bought this, where's your stop going to be?
Down here by the low. Yep, right there.
Exactly. And you know where your objectives are. What this should tell you is, I could scale in. What that should tell you is when we trade through this candle's high, wherever that is, that should scale in. But that scaling should only be worth it if the distance from the open to the objective is a sensible amount, meaning more than 10 pips. I'm not, well, let me not say I'm not, because if I did, I'd be lying. There are times when I play stuff like that, just for fun. But if I'm in the money-making mode, I'm gonna look for the best setups. But if you can read the delivery, man, oh man. And then I take that buy and I get the objective wrong. No, you can't. That can't be wrong. This is fair value for buying. We're inside the order block. An imbalance inside the order block range is a rule. So you don't have to be aggressive. You could wait for this to create the imbalance and then you say, okay, cool. On a lower time frame, let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. Let me clear this up. This is fractal delivery. So zoom up here. Where were we here? On a lower time frame, this low there is holding liquidity, which means, what's this, M5? On M1, this fractal is likely to be playing out here. And that's how you could see through M5 and see what M1 is doing when you understand the delivery in a particular fractal. So take a look at this now. Here is the liquidity. This is the candle that closes below it. This, again, validates both a market structure shift and the order block being created. This candle here didn't come back down to the order block, so that's not a buy. As wild as it is, it's not a buy. The best buys inside the order block. So when this candle closes here, we could buy the next candle, top below the low. Mechanical, rule-based. Or we could wait for price to trade through this candle's high, buy the retracements. Either way. Good
So
stuff.
explain this one right here, because this one looks kind of funky.
Why?
I'll explain why it looks funky. Annotate. Let me get the drawing tools out again. This right here, there's no BPR in this candle right here,
Mhm.
or at least no imbalance down in the leg that does the opposing liquidity run.
Mhm. Mhm.
What would make the shift in market structure with this candle here?
Aha. Aha. When was it? I don't remember what day it was. I think it's like maybe 2 months ago. I gave this here. Anybody remembers? If the leg down does not have a imbalance inside it, how do we frame a market structure shift? Let's see who remembers. Go to the lower time frame. Nope. So nobody remembers. Fair enough. Let's get the drawing tools out.
I was probably at Honda, so.
Closing above the low. There we go. There we go. I want to call you by name, but you know, I can't. I can't. I don't know. His name is NB in the chat. Close above the low. Floyd. Okay, cool. Floyd. When there is no imbalances in the down leg, we watch the low. When price closes above the low, that's your market structure shift. This is your market structure shift.
Makes sense. This right here.
Indeed.
Closure here. Wow.
Indeed.
Oh, wow.
So whole lot of magic can be done inside these. So you want, I mean, if you, so this is what most persons don't yet realize, right? And I've been not saying it to allow you to get to your own haha moment. If you can read the delivery like this, and you can identify a sensitive price level, you know how to view a change in the state of delivery at a key level, which means you know how to find that trade before the quote unquote trend begins. Because the trend begins when we have that huge move and everybody sees it. But you could see the buy program starting or the sell program starting. As the algo is forming it, you could see the logic. So think of all the live calls I'm doing. And you'll hear me mention stuff like, I need this candle to be traded above or whatever, or I'm watching this candle's low or stuff like that. That's all I'm doing. I'm reading the delivery live and framing my setups. Once you can do that, you could do it on any time frame. Once you can read a market structure shift, you're fine. You just don't know it yet. All you need now is to be brave and manage the risk. Don't go full margin on every single one. The more you do it, you'll find that some fractals are higher probability in the sense that they will move more. The more you do it, you'll understand that if I see it on an hourly chart, I could play 30 points on a 5-minute chart. That's the confidence you need. One time frame for analysis, and then the other one for entry. So if I'm looking for a 100-point move, let's frame this fractal on a daily chart. And I don't use 4-hour chart, but frame it on a 4-hour chart. Then you could find larger swings. Me, I just love the precision. If I'm trading precision. If I'm, doing a live call, I'm just trading narrative. That's the difference between a live call and going beast mode. Precision versus narrative. So the narrative here would be buying anything inside this and just holding it for the objective. Game over. Precision would be fibbing from here to here, finding that 50%. Not needed. So this is an example where you could look at this and see that buying inside here makes sense. You don't need a fib to tell you that, hey, from here to here, 50% is right there. You don't need that precision, do you? Well, no, you do, right? But the narrative is clear. You could trade that narrative to the objective and be done with it. But as you improve, you will build in precision filters like this. You'll take 100 trades and you'll realize that on some of the trades I got in a little bit early and it retraced against me. How could I have framed beta entry, fair value, which means premium versus discount. So find the range, put your fib on, then you see that, oh, you know, I bought here, but I could have waited about 5 more pips. So this would have been 25 instead of 20. That's it. That's what you discover when you gather your data. You review both your winning and your losing trades. But yeah. Oh, he was saying he has no voice. Oh, I thought you meant you weren't hearing me all along. My bad. Anything tradable? No. No. Absolutely beautiful price action on JU.
And the change of state is always the same as you say, right, Kish? It's like it's either let's say there's liquidity building here before the open, and then it's either a liquidity purge, this will create the change of state, or it will be that there's already everything is already balanced and engineered here, like everything's already efficiently traded here on this leg, and it'll just come down for a discount rate and just bounce like that, right?
I'm gonna leave you to study that part and then answer that question. That would be the most helpful advice. So, question. Is this going to fall here? Yes or no, and why? Yes, somebody says yes.
Took overnight liquidity.
Okay, so I can sell this mechanically, right? On your word.
Yeah, why not?
Why not, right? So today you gain your 100 lots. You are crazy. So that's about 13 pips. All right, cool. I'll do 1 lot. Mechanical 1 lot. Let's see if, was that Mert? Or was that you? What time is it? I didn't check the time. Who cares? This won't hurt.
It's a little bit early.
Yeah, it's a little bit early. I don't know. I think I'm risking like $50. Somebody raise their hands. Go ahead. Right. Watching time would tell you to wait for another time. But just to show you that I trade the same stuff I do, that we talk about for the culture. Time is it? It's 6 minutes to the hour. Bam, bam, bam. All good. I didn't even check if Ed joined the call. They could wick your SL though. Right. They could wick my SL because of time. Am I scared? Nope. Learn how to take losses. Once the losses are small, you should be fine. I don't see Ed. I don't see him. You would have heard. True. If he was here, you would have heard some pato. But yeah, I'm likely going to be offline for most of today. I'm gonna go.
Oh, that blouse is skirt. That's hot. Huh? Well, everybody. Yeah, don't miss me.
Oh, his name is Takeoff. I see.
All right. Me there. All right, what the blood? What trade it is?
Yeah, this is just for demonstration purposes, Ed.
All right, me there.
No need to take it. But yeah, bam. What time is us? Still have some time until the hour. Intermarket analysis. No, that's my book. Yes, my book. Intermarket analysis. Do we see signs of DXY strength here? This guy is going higher. This guy is going higher. We don't have a DXY chart. Well, we do. M5. Bam. There. Gap. So that low. So notice I tagged this low and not the opening here. So I could still tag the opening for process approach, so you could see that it's the same process. But by now you should understand why I tagged this low and not this open. Who wants to be the scholar and explain why? Why did I tag this low and not the open?
Reason being is because this delivery right here is real price action, and this is a low, meaning price was efficiently, or even it was officially delivered in this leg right here. But besides the point is that there's already delivery there. So like,
That's it. That's it. There's already delivered there.
Yeah.
That's all it is. There's already delivered there. So DXY, AM session liquidity. In my humble opinion, is there. So go get him, Tiger. Make me proud. What's in the chat? That's your price stop. Nice, 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 nice. So you guys are superstars now, superstars. So here, there's that DXY strength creeping in. Did DXY change its state of delivery? Here, is there a market structure shift here? Might not be able to see clearly, so let me move that box over to the left. Question, comments. Did this market structure shift to bullish?
Yeah.
There's a VI, both. Nice. Yes. Here we go. Have fun. Okay, cool. So with all that in mind, how is my EU trade looking? Sorry, with annotations. Bam. So let's zoom up. How could I improve my entry? Or could I improve my entry?
Yeah.
How?
How can you improve your entry? Because of the volume imbalance that is right there.
Bam, bam, bam. M1 rule tree. Good. And that as well.
Dealing range.
We good? Everybody good? Makes sense. Yes. Good. Cool. So nice. I expect everyone to be funded by January 1st, 2023.
Take a look at gold.
Take a look at gold.
I expect you to be on a couple milli. Like your kids. Kids is on what? What'd you say? It was crazy. 2% a month. Oh my god.
No comments. No comments. So let's take a look at this. All right. Did we have a close above this high? Nope. So rejection block ideas. Where would you want to see a market structure shift being framed here? Nice. Someone is saying, shouldn't that be a low probability setup since the high was made by a down close candle? It should. But remember that this market, we're basically trading against the order flow right now. We are trading against the order flow. So a quick scalp won't hurt. Won't hurt, won't hurt. All right. Why your fib high is that high? I have no idea why I put a fib here. Probably something on. Oh, my fib high should be here, the highest one. There we go. There we go. Thank you. I didn't see that. With rejection block, do you treat the wick like an OB? I don't. I don't. I personally don't. You're in the scalp. Did you get a better entry than me?
I got 1764.9 on gold.
Nice. Spectacular. You cannot
Wouldn't it
carry
be
it.
better if?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Wouldn't it have been better if it took out the overnight liquidity at the, or does it not need to?
Good point. It would be nice if it does. I kind of like this fractal here, the fact that we had a small run on liquidity already here. That's kind of nice. That is kind of nice. That doesn't mean it can't wick again, right? We have 9 minutes before they decide to do the 9-12. But yeah. It took nuts for us. Well done, well done, well done. What's up? So yeah, as I said, guys, I'm likely going to be offline a lot today. Yeah, I'm home. I don't think this part needs to be in the recording.